Welcome to Inside Roanoke. I'm Melinda Mayo, the Communications and Media Officer for the City of Roanoke. Today we're going to take a look back at some of the best segments of 2018, so stay with us.
3 facts about lead poisoning. Just a few particles of dust from lead-based paint are enough to poison a child. Lead from deteriorating paint can be found in the soil around the home and in older playgrounds. Since children often put their hands or toys in their mouths, washing their hands helps protect them from lead poisoning. Lead poisoning affects over 1 million children today. Find out when your home, school, and daycare center was built. If it was before 1978, it probably contains lead-based paint. Contact LeadSafe Roanoke at 853-5682 for more information.
Welcome back, and my guest is Priscilla Sigilnik, and she is project manager for the Colonial Avenue project. Priscilla, start by telling us, why is this project being done?
Well, Virginia Western had contacted the city about trying to improve the road that bisects their campus. The interest was to make it more pedestrian friendly, provide for multiple modes of transportation, and give it more of a destination feeling for the community.
Okay, so what's the timeline for this project?
We're looking at about 18 months for construction.
Okay, and funding, and so it's always a big deal. Where are we going to get the money to do it?
Well, luckily we were able to partner with Virginia Western to lobby for funding through the federal government and state government.
Great.
So we have a lot of federal grants and state grants we're juggling that'll cover the cost for the bulk of the project. So there's some city funding as well.
Okay. So give everybody an idea of the kinds of things the project includes. What sort of features are we talking about?
Well, most dramatic are the 3 intersections that are being improved. They'll consist of 3 roundabouts. There's one located at Overland Road and a second one at McNeil Drive, and the third is at Winding Way at Colonial Avenue. So these are intended to improve vehicular capacity through those intersections. In addition to that, it also slows down vehicles. We call this the silver bullet to traffic engineering design because it allows more vehicles through an intersection, but at the same time slowing them down. The additional improvements include continuous sidewalk on both sides of the street, buffered bike lanes, and we have bus pull-outs on each side of the road for the transit stops.
So it's really going to transform that whole area and make it look different.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We have some partners in this project?
Yes. So Virginia Western is our main partner, but as well as Virginia Department of Transportation, since we did receive quite a bit of funding through the state. And they are helping us to administer the funds through the federal government.
And if you don't mind, just tell us a little bit about the stakeholders, the people who are going to be most affected by this project.
Well, folks who commute along that corridor will obviously feel it the most during the course of construction. However, on the outset, once it's done, I think everybody will agree that it was quite the improvement and necessary for the area.
And the kinds of impacts we're hoping, positive things, what are those things that we're trying to accomplish with the project?
So we are trying to improve the capacity through the intersections. There is quite a bit of a backing up into the intersections down towards towers. So that will improve with the roundabouts. That allows more vehicles to get through that intersection. We are looking at roundabouts as a traffic calming measure because it slows down vehicles. When you do have an incident inside a roundabout, it happens at a far reduced velocity.
Really?
Yes, so that means fewer injuries, far less fatalities. So really looking at safety as an improvement for the corridor.
Yeah, just to make it a safer area to drive in. And you've got the students and everybody coming through that area.
And then once you provide the sidewalks, you provide continuous sidewalks, so you have those other users that are it becomes accessible to additional users.
And as you said, kind of a destination place as opposed to just a place you drive through.
Correct.
Yeah. Why do we do projects like this? I mean, why are they important to the city?
Well, the streetscapes just in themselves provide that sense of destination, that you've arrived somewhere. The community college itself is a very large component of our community. So we do want to highlight the importance of that educational corridor. We have Fishburne Elementary located there as well, which is one of our elementary schools in the city. So it really is a focus, an educational focus.
Well, if somebody had questions about the project, I'm sure people can be driving by and seeing all the work done. How do they get that information?
Well, they can contact me directly. They can email me at priscilla.sigelnik@roanokeva.gov. You can find my information via the website. You can also call our main office, 540-853-2731.
It's really exciting. I can't wait to see it when it's finished.
Yes, it'll look great.
Thank you. We'll be right back. welcome back. And my guest is Wayne Leftwich. Wayne is the city planner with the city of Roanoke. Wayne, we want to talk about the process for the new comprehensive plan. First, talk about why we are working on a new plan.
Right. Well, our current comprehensive plan was adopted in 2001. So the Vision 2020 plan is really at the end of its timeline, and we've done a lot of work since the last plan. We've done a lot of the accomplishments that we've called for in the plan. So now it's time to start thinking about the next 20 years. So we want to start thinking about the time frame from 2020 to 2040 and where the city will be for there.
And
so I jumped into your next question.
No, that's okay, but how does it benefit the city to have a plan?
Yeah, so the comprehensive plan helps inform our decision making, our funding, and really helps guide the growth of the city so we can make those tough decisions as we go forward. How do we want to grow as a city? Where do we need to focus our resources?
And so will there be some themes that guide us as we do the process for planning? And we're calling it what, Plan Roanoke? Is that the name of it?
Right, so City Plan 2040, the process we're calling Plan Roanoke. And we do have 6 major themes that will guide the plan.
Okay.
So the comprehensive plan is citywide. It focuses on all aspects of the city. So we're going to focus on the livable built environment. We're going to focus on natural resources, on economic development. We're also going to focus on things we might not think about readily as a city-controlled things, but healthy community, equity within the community. And then, of course, we want to work well with our neighbors, so we're going to focus on regionalism, too, and how we fit within the region.
And there'll be opportunities for public input. I know we're here today in Market Square because you all are getting ready to have sort of a survey, a launch.
Yeah, so we're launching our website today in the survey. It'll be on planroanoke.org. We also are introducing, notifying people about our August meetings. We're going to have 10 public meetings at libraries spread out throughout the city. So great opportunity for people to come in and give us their input. They're open house meetings, so they're scheduled in 2-hour spans. People can drop in anytime. Every meeting will be approximately the same, so you only need to come to one, but you're welcome to come to more than one if you want to see and have those conversations with people.
And so that website is a chance to take the survey, but it also has other information about what we're doing.
Right. So on that website, planroanoke.org, will be all the information with the dates for the August meetings. It'll talk about the time frame for the planning process, and it's a great way for people to keep informed when we get into drafting the plan and we get into talking about the goals, so people can follow what it is we're talking about and make sure they're well informed and can give us the input that we need to make those decisions.
Anything else we need to know about Plan Roanoke?
We're just really excited. We hope people come out. Now is the time to get people out and hear their input and see where they see the city going in the next 20 years.
If somebody had a question, is there someone they could call, or how would they?
Sure. They're welcome to contact me, Wayne Leftwich. My contact information is on the planroanoke.org website. So if they go there, there's a contact us link that'll get my information to them.
Great. Well, we hope it's a big success.
Yeah.
And thanks for telling us about it.
Great. Thanks.
Okay. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and my guests are Sonia Roman and Beth Stevens, and they're with Roanoke E911. And today we're here in our current E911 center. We want to talk about the new emergency communications center that's getting ready to be built. Tell us why are we building a new facility?
First, it is an exciting time for us experiencing this new building. It is important that we are able to meet the demands. As you know, the population is growing and continues to grow for the city, and as it grows, we need to be able to meet those demands. This new facility will allow us to do that with the expansion of our technology and just our floor operations in general.
And we are actually partnering with another business to talk about that a little bit.
Yes, we are partnering with Virginia 811 and Virginia Utility Protection Service. This is the first of its kind, a public-private partnership. And I'd like to talk about the innovative thinking of this project. This is unheard of. I don't know any other center that has done this before, so we're looking forward to this partnership.
That's great. Well, what are some of the new features that are going to help the 911 system work even better?
Well, just to expand on what Sonia was talking about, the expanding technology, we'll have the ability now with the growth of a new center to be able to expand on that technology and the needs to be able to service the citizens of the community and to also provide the support for our public safety counterparts. So we're really excited about that, and the private-public partnership will actually allow us the ability to have some shared common spaces. As you're probably aware, our jobs can be very stressful, and we will actually have areas for our dispatchers after difficult calls or situations to be able to decompress, otherwise known as quiet rooms or spaces. We'll also have an exercise room. We'll have a walking area outside of the 911 and 811 joint areas for our dispatchers and for the 811 staff to be able to decompress. So we're really excited.
I understand there'll be some redundancy, so if one system goes down, another kind of backs it up. Is that part of it too?
Absolutely. Part of our technology will be redundant. We also have a backup center that we go to in Roanoke County, and this new facility will provide space for them to come without interrupting our operation. So it will be a lot of redundancy in our technology and expanding on that.
So lots of benefits.
Absolutely.
What's the timeline for this project?
Well, we're really excited. We actually just had the groundbreaking this past Monday, and we are looking to hopefully move in the fall of 2019.
Okay, so we just talked about some of the benefits of having the two different companies together, 911 and 811, in one facility. You can share the space and you have that redundancy. Anything else we need to know about the benefits of having you all together in one building?
I truly believe having that ability to directly communicate with Virginia 811 when we have those situations that arise will save us time and resources when we do experience that. So having them right there with us is important.
And I know you all are really proud of the fact that you're accredited and meeting very high standards. You've gotten a lot of honors and recognition for your operations here. How will the new facility build on that? How will it enhance what you're doing right now?
As you said, we are a nationally accredited agency, and we meet those standards nationally that are set before us. So this was just an enhancement on that. We believe that we are doing an excellent job now, and with the new facility, we can continue to expand on that. Also, I do want to say that with the combination with Virginia 811 and 911, I think it will bring an awareness to the citizens and remind them of the emergency responses that we provide for them.
Anything else that you want folks to know about the facility?
Just it's an exciting time, and we are looking forward to doing tours for the community so they can see how our technology works. And so I think it'll be a community involvement type of atmosphere for sure.
If somebody wanted to know more about the project, how could they get that information?
They can definitely call me, Sonia Roman, the department manager, and I can be reached at area code 540-853-2945.
All right. Well, it's exciting. And I know we've had a groundbreaking for this facility, and now we're very much looking forward to the actual opening of it in about a year.
Yes, absolutely.
I hope you all come back on the show and talk about it with us.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks. We'll be right back. Welcome back. My guest, Jennifer Fowler. She's with Patrick Henry. It's the Art Honor Society, is that right?
The National Art Honor Society.
You're the sponsor for the school.
Yes.
And then Susan Jennings, who's our Arts and Culture Coordinator. And we're going to talk about a new mural. It's standing kind of behind you all, but tell us about the name of it and how it was created. Tell us a little bit about it.
The title is Be the Change, and we were looking, based on the space for the municipal building, of something that would be positive for the space, and that title just kind of incorporates what the students want the message to be.
Okay, so we have this mural. Where are we going to put it? Where's it going to be located, and why do we choose that?
It's going to be on the first floor of the municipal building north. That floor was totally painted about a year ago, and there's nothing on the walls.
Okay.
And the court services unit is housed there, and they came to me and said, we want some art for our walls, and there's a perfect wall down there. And coincidentally, Jennifer came to me shortly after that and said my students would really like to do a mural in the city. So it just matched together perfectly.
All right, and so the design of it, it's very beautiful. Who came up with the ideas, the concept? How was that done?
The students completely came up with the idea. They actually presented two concepts to the Arts Commission, and based on the comments we got back and the feedback we got from the Arts Commission, they headed in the direction of portraits.
Why did we have a mural? I mean, what's the idea behind it, the goal of it? What's it supposed to accomplish?
Well, we took the students through a public art project process, just like we do with any artist, and they filled out an RFP, and they had to describe how their mural would fit the location it was going, what the message would be, what the materials would be. We wanted them to get a real good feel for what a public art process is like. So I think we accomplished that, as well as getting something beautiful for the city's art collection.
Now, when are we going to unveil it? When will people first see it?
June the 8th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The mayor will lead us in the unveiling. And I just heard yesterday that people on that floor are so excited about it coming that they're going to have cake and punch for everybody who shows up. So June the 8th at 1 p.m.
And how does this mural further the public art initiatives that the city has going?
Well, it brings more beautiful public art. We've done some things with the schools before. We've done rain barrels. We've even done snow plows.
Yes.
This is the first time we've worked with a class to do a mural. So not only does it have that tie-in with Roanoke City Schools, but enhances and adds to our entire collection. Last time we updated our public art plan, people told us they wanted more murals in the city.
Wow.
So this gets right to that desire.
And it has the involvement of our students, which is so exciting. Anything else you want people to know about the mural?
Just go see it.
Yeah. And congratulations to the students who worked so hard on it.
If somebody wanted to know more about this mural, how could they get information?
They can contact me at susan.jennings@roanokeva.gov or 853-5652. If they want to get in touch with Jennifer, I can certainly put them in touch with Jennifer to talk about the National Art Honor Society.
Okay. Well, it's very impressive, and we look forward to seeing the municipal building.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll be right back. Welcome back. My guest is Nell Boyle, and Nell is the Sustainability Outreach Coordinator for the city. Now, we wanted to talk today about recycling. Now, Roanoke's program's been pretty successful, and we've got a lot of participation, but what are some things we need to pay attention to? The people who are responsible recyclers, what do they need to really focus on as far as recycling?
So let me tell you a little bit about how recycling happens. So we're here at RDS, which is where we actually get our recycling processed. So when you get it picked up on the curbside, it comes here, it gets dumped here, and then they have a fabulous piece of equipment called a MRF. And that's really just short for a material resource facility. So what the MRF does is it's this big long conveyor belt, and there are all these different stages where the recycling, the different materials go in different directions. So people wonder, how is it that you can have glass and plastic and all that mixed together? How does that work? So what you do is it goes through a conveyor belt, and on the first stage they have about 5 people, and those people pull out all the contamination. Those are the things that we don't want in recycling. It's very labor intensive, but the cool thing is after you get past that point, they have magnets that pull out the tin cans and the steel cans. They have ultraviolet lights that sort the plastics, and then they pop them with a little bit of air. So, you know, they sort with air and water and magnets, and it does this very elaborate system that's really pretty cool and pretty effective. But the thing that we have to be concerned about is those 5 people in that first, you know, maybe 50 feet of conveyor where all they do is pull out contamination. So what we can do as a responsible recycler is to make sure we aren't putting things like hoses in there. Plastic bags are a huge problem for our equipment because it gets caught up in the equipment, and then the equipment has to shut down and they have to pull it out. Wrappers, you know, if you have some packaging and there's that plastic wrap, that's not recyclable. The things that are recyclable are like your soda cans and your water bottles and, you know, things like that. So those are the things that we're looking for. And the reason that we want to be really careful about this is because somebody just has to stop and physically close the machine down and pull it out.
Right. So when you're putting out your recycling, be sure that you look at your thing that tells you what you can and can't recycle. Make sure it's clean. Whatever you put in there is rinsed out. Talk about
That's right. Yeah, sure. So anything that's like a liquid container, make sure you dump all the liquid. As far as papers, you want to make sure the paper is clean and dry best you can. You know, if it gets a little bit wet and you have a little water in the bottom of the can, that's not a big deal. But you don't want to put a half a Coke in there and then throw the paper on top of that. That really makes a mess, and then that makes our paper not so good to sell. So want to make sure that we dump all the liquids out. As far as paper, if there's any kind of soiled product on it, so I usually think my rule is protein. If there's, cheese in the bottom of the pizza box, if there's oil or grease, you've been working in the garage and you wipe your hands on a paper towel, don't throw those in. Those are dirty.
Right.
But, if you wipe your hand in a paper towel and it's just got some water on it, go ahead and throw that in.
Okay.
So those are the kind of things you want to think about.
And so once it gets here and they sort it, what happens to the recycling after that?
So recycling is actually a commodity. Melinda, it actually goes into a new product. So these guys, they separate it, they bale it, they sell it to some sort of a market. So somewhere somebody wants to buy that product to make a new product.
Okay.
So it's actually what we call a commodity, and they sell it on the market. And so when this happens, you want to make sure there's somebody on the other end that wants the product that you're producing. And that's why the contamination is so important, because if it's too dirty, they'll say, we don't want this product, we'll buy it from somebody else. And also, that's why we want to make sure we put the right things in the recycling. And sometimes that changes. So we have to be, paying attention to what's changing in the recycling market.
Nell, how does our recycling affect what other localities do as far as recycling? Does it impact each other?
Right. Well, so Roanoke County and Botetourt and Vinton, if you take your recycling anywhere around town, it ends up here at RDS. So not only is the information we're sharing today true with the city of Roanoke residents, but it would be true of everybody in the Roanoke Valley.
Okay. And so recycling saves money, it saves the environment. What are some of the benefits?
So, as I said, it's a commodity, so that's a great thing. It actually doesn't go into a landfill, which is a big hole where we just throw all our garbage and cover it up. So this actually goes into a new product. So we save all kinds of resources and materials and money by putting it into new products. Also, it's cheaper to recycle. We have what we call a tipping fee. And the tipping fee is we're charged for every ton that we pick up. And so the tipping fee for recycling is actually cheaper than the tipping fee for solid waste.
Okay, that's where the money savings.
Right, so every time we do that, we save some money. So that's a great thing. And for the environment, well, clearly it doesn't go into the landfill. And so that's just a wonderful thing.
Well, if somebody had questions, maybe they want to know more about the contamination part of it or just recycling in general, how do they get that information?
Well, our website is a great place to go, and RDS has a website as well that you can go to. The Clean Valley Council has some really good information on recycling, or you can just contact me, Nell Boyle, nell.boyle@roanokeva.gov, and I'd be happy to answer any questions for you.
Well, it's very helpful information. Hopefully everybody's going to take it to heart.
That sounds great. Thanks,
okay.
Melinda.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. My guest is Mayor Sherman Lee. And Mayor, we want to talk about something that happened recently, your business summit, the Mayor's Business Summit. Tell us when and where that happened.
Well, it happened on October 23rd at the CoLab over in Grandin Village, and we were excited about it.
Who benefited from that event?
Well, those business owners or those who want to become a business owner, those that are currently have a small business now, and those who just want to find out about the resources, what's available, how can I do it, who can I contact to get in business, and if I have some problems, can I consult someone? So that's the vast majority of the participants in terms of coming to our summit, and we think we had a good crowd there.
Were there sponsors for this event?
Yeah, there were sponsors, Freedom First Credit Union, the City of Roanoke Economic Development, and the Roanoke Small Business Development Center. And they've been sponsors for years, and we're very pleased and proud of the work that they do.
Who were some of the speakers, just so people will know?
Well, we had a group of speakers, and they primarily were business people who are in business or just started their business. We had Baraka Kasanga, a CEO of Valencia, a business language interpreter, who really started his business there at the CoLab, and he's been very successful. And we were also pleased to have two people who really worked themselves up from the streets. I mean, they really got involved in it. And that's Cat Pascal and Jimmy Delgado, who own a business called Spotless America. and it's a commercial cleaning business. And I was very moved by their story of how they got started. And it's so important for those in attendance to see that, to hear that, to understand the things that you go through in developing a business. But they've proven to be very successful. They even have a business from the farm to the table hamburger place over in Vinton.
Wow.
And I'm going to try to get over there as soon as I can. But they've been going and really making an effort to make themselves successful, and they've done a good job.
Give us an idea of the kinds of things that people learn at the Business Summit.
Well, they learn how to start a business if they want to. They learn that what it takes, how to become involved, and I'm appreciative of the speakers that are there, because they share with them that if you're thinking about a business, these are some of the first things you need to do. To make sure your finances are straight, to make sure you can see yourself a year or so down the road, and then just some practical things, the do's and the don'ts. You know, things like if you got to get a loan to get started, that's not a good sign for your business. And so we wanted to make sure we bring those small business people who are there to share that. And so I think it's a good exchange. We have people to come in. We had our treasurer to come to talk about taxes. That's so important. So we have an array of people to come in to give them as much information as they need, and they seem to be receptive.
It really equips them to start that business, right?
It really does.
Why do you think it's important to have events like the Mayor's Business Summit?
Well, being the mayor, I recognize that small businesses are the lifeblood of our city. We need that, and we want them to be successful. So, you know, there are a lot of people that start businesses, but they haven't thought through what it takes. This is an opportunity for any citizen. There are no charges. They can come over, be a part of this, and understand how you really get involved and make themselves available to just understand what it takes. And so that's what I feel as mayor. I want all of our entrepreneurs to feel like they can go out and be successful. And we want to help them be successful, because if they're successful, our city is successful. And that means I'm able to cut a ribbon. And when I cut a ribbon, that means it's a great day in Roanoke.
You think we'll have some more in the future?
I look forward to it. I think we want to continue to need that. And if the reception is anywhere as it's been in the past, we want to. I get calls from a number of citizens saying, hey, how do I do this? How can I do this, especially in the mayor's office? So I said, well, look, let's bring everybody together and have a summit. So right now, I'm hoping that at some point in early or late spring, we'll have another summit.
If someone watching wants to know more about the things that you're teaching at these business summits, how do they get information about that?
Well, they can go to the city's website. They can also go to our Department of Economic Development. They have a biz news and just send, and that's something that'll buy them of what's going on. And just contact my office. We'll tell them what to do and how to get started. But the information is out there, and we have a great website that can tell you all of those things. So there are ways to find out, and we hope that people will take advantage of it.
Right. Well, it's a wonderful event, a great thing to do for the community, and thank you for doing that.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we'll be right back. We hope you've enjoyed these best of segments, and we'll see you next time on Inside Roanoke.